from a marketing perspective, if you're somebody mailing 50,000 postcards a week, and you're on the television, and you really got to think about how to optimize your marketing, because it's going to get easier. Your best marketing right now, you already own it. If you've been generating 600 leads a month for 5 years, I would really take a hard look at your spend, optimize your spend, which probably means cutting it, putting your focus on your database, because their motivation has changed. Their motivation has changed. You've already spent the money. Now use cheap and effective ways of reaching out to them. Ringless voicemail, texting, outbound dialing, right? And then I would take some of the monies where you can, if you're not going to have as much of a spend in marketing because you're going to attack your database, take some of the money you're saving and go out and use their data and market to, like I said earlier, easier to buy, harder to sell. Buyers are the new currency. And if you've just been like cruising on easy street because there's buyers everywhere, and as soon as you put a house out, either on the market retail or on the market from a wholesale perspective, and it just gets snatched up, that's going to change in the short term. So your new gold is buyers. And I would encourage you to shift some of your marketing over to finding buyers.
Yeah, good. Great advice.
So that's number one. How are you changing your messaging? You really need to think about how you're changing your messaging if you have to buy over the phone. What changes are you making to your website so your customers can see this person can buy my house regardless if they can't come over? How are you communicating with other lead sources right now? How are you going out and telling people that I'm still buying, right? You could reach out to a database of agents and let them know, like, listen, if you've got listings right now that you can't get sold, or I'm here, right? Every deal that was pending in the MLS that comes off pending, right? Set up a trigger in MLS that in your buy box, you're notified of when those deals, they were pending and then they went back on the market, right? Some cheap, inexpensive ways to get deals right now. You need to think about how you're changing your sales process. I would encourage you, if you can't have human touch, how do you make your process more humanized? Okay, I would be looking at my customer cycle and all of the thresholds throughout the cycle, as far as the lead came in, they talked to my lead manager, an appointment was set, the appointment was handled. Like, break out your milestones and figure out how do you establish trust and enforce the fact that the buyer's making, or the seller's making the right decision. I would really put an emphasis on integrating text into my funnel right now, right? Like, as soon as, like, if my lead manager took the call and set the appointment, as soon as they triggered that in the CRM, I would have a text with a video that went out to the client that just said, hey, this is Bob Peters over at 123, Main Street Real Estate. Super excited about helping you through this challenging time. Sounds like you're going to be having a meeting with, our sales team in the next 3 days. Please know that they're going to take good care of you and they're going to service you right now. Humanize your sales process as much as possible. Have your sales calls on what we're doing right now, Zoom or GoToWebinar, and then humanize with video as much as you can. Your identify your thresholds and how can you inject video into that equation, right?